Today we're going to talk about Trolls Habitat. This has kind of been a local hotspot for about a couple weeks now. I was kind of curious, but not enough to usually care because I went to this spot one time, long time ago, when the LVO spot first came out, and I got one tapped immediately and didn't understand what the fuck was happening. So I said, yeah, this is out of my fucking wheelhouse. So I'm gonna just go right down the road to Giants. But actually, it's not that bad, and also it's not that hard either. So I want to just give you guys correct expectations. There's been a few players and other just like general confusion between PC and console. Some people will tell you, yeah, you can make 3 bill an hour at Trolls. Is that possible? Yes, it is 100% possible. Is the average player going to get that shit? Absolutely fucking not. No chance. You have to be a giga mega whale, sweaty. I'm talking like you bought a white chair and that shit is pitch black now because you play the game that much. There is no shot a fucking average player is gonna pull 3 bill consistently without raising their blood sugar levels throughout the night. The average player, you're most likely going to pull roughly around 1.3 1.5 on like a good trash run, and then the expectation of 2 bill, you can definitely hit 2 bill. It's totally dependent though on the amount of despairs that you get, and as well as if you get a disto. If you get multiple distos, then you could push that to like 2.3 2.5, but that's again multiple distos, which is you're not going to get that consistently. This spot has the absolute lowest drop rate for distortion earrings, so there's no shot you're ever going to get that shit consistently. So the expectation from the trash loot is more in the line of when you're starting out, you're most likely going to be hitting numbers around 800 mil, 600 maybe if you're like still super low on the AP. So as long as you're making 600 mil at this spot in trash loot, that's reasonable. Like that's okay. Like that's the same as Giants. It's not that bad. However, you don't want to pull that forever. Like you're gonna have to fix that because that does not feel good. So if you're at least pulling around 6k, that's like the comfortable where you can do the spot, right? Like you can figure it out. So as you get to that point, you want to push that up to like 6.2, gradually increase it to like 7, and then just get to where you cap out. I would say that for console, 8k trash is pretty reasonable. That's what I pull. I asked another homie on Discord on the EU side of console. He also pulls 8k, so it was like it fits. I looked on PC and some people are pulling ridiculous numbers that I just like I said, their chair is pitch black. So unless you aspire to somehow manage to do that shit and copy it one by one to make sure that you can pull 3 bill and a fuck ton of trash, like by all means go for it. I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to have a little bit of an engaging grind that's rewarding, and 1 bill an hour, I'm actually comfortable working a little bit for that because it actually feels rewarding for my time. So I think that's why I enjoy this spot so much, is that it is actually possible to make 1 billion silver in just trash loot, which is why Olin's is popular, because you can do the same thing there, and it's also even better because you can do it with a friend. But the fact is, Trolls is a solo spot, and it is 100% possible to get 800 to 1 bill an hour in just trash loot. Mind you, there's a lot of other spots in the game that will yield you 1 bill in like an hour, right? Like I could say Kratuga gets me 1 bill an hour, but that's highly dependent on what I get that drops in there. In just trash loot, it's more like 350 to 400 mil. So that's why I think this spot is crazy, is that just no matter what, whenever you sell that trash loot, like it is a fresh bill in your like pocket for an hour. And honestly, because I see that every single time, like I shit you not, I've been grinding like a degenerate. Like my chair is turning brown now. Like it's literally like this spot is turning me into a degenerate. Every time, like I just look at the clock and I'm like,
in 1 more hour I could have another bill. and then I could get another Devo swing, and then get another hammer. All I have to do is not sleep for 27 hours, and then every 27 hours I will have 27 bill, buy another min bid hammer and swing a Devo again, and then it fails, and then do it again. Oh, what's another 27 hours?
I think I actually blanked out there. Like, that was the first I think I actually lost consciousness. I don't remember what I was saying before that, but here's the crystal build. I can't remember if I showed this already or not, but here it is again. If I did. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the spot now. All right, so we're gonna slide in here. I'm just gonna pop over here. Mind you, I've explained this already. I don't know how to play this fucking class. I don't want to hear shit. Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing on this piece of shit, man. This thing is so fucking trash. All right, so once you kill all 3 of the little trolls, this guy's gonna start waking up. All right, so you want to just open up on him and then just try and, you know, burn his HP as much as you physically can. He's gonna pretend die, and then he's gonna just revive, and then as he's doing that, there's gonna be a little mechanic that you're gonna want to pay attention to, because it's gonna help you with the clear speed. And this is the part where gear becomes less like relevant, in the regard of like, it's not so much about you need more gear, it's how you're gonna pull these mobs are gonna be what's gonna, you know, dictate how much you pull. So once these mobs start running at you, you're gonna go to this shaman over here, and then you're gonna DPS him down. And then once you DPS it down, they're gonna single file line run into this purple buff, and then they're gonna get frozen. And then this is where you can DPS them, and then from here you're just basically dying and facing the wrong direction. That was good, but outside of that, you're gonna go back to DPSing them. Hopefully they fucking die before I die. All right, crisis averted. They died. All right, we're up massive. All right, these trolls are dead. All right, now this guy's gonna revive. All right, this troll dead. So now, all right, so he's down. So same concept. We're gonna go over here. I'm gonna start DPSing this guy, and then boom, he dies. They should be walking single file line. Yep, there they are. Let's try and get as much damage as we can. Oh, forward guard came in clutch there, I ain't gonna lie. And you see how like I still have him up, and like he didn't die simultaneously with the mobs. This is the annoying part. Like once the closer you can get to that is like the more trash you're gonna pull. If you're doing it like me, where it's taking forever, I'm killing the little guys a lot quicker than I am the big guy. That's like you want to try and close that time frame as much as you can. that should be it. It's nothing too crazy, just kind of, you know, stay behind them, go for the back attacks, and that should cover majority of the grind. It's just a lot of dodging and using your PvE iframe. As long as you're able to do that comfortably, you should be able to grind here with no problems. And just as a reminder, realistic numbers, you're most likely going to pull roughly around 6k being the absolute like minimal point of this is worth grinding at all. 6k is like the lowest point. If you're pulling anything worse than that, just go to Giants, because it's not worth it. But if you're at least pulling 6k, you can expand and improve on that. It's more, once you're hitting 6k, it comes down to rotation, combo, optimizing, and then you'll be able to pump that up to 7+. So once you start pulling 6k, that's when you can start experimenting and figuring out what combos work the best, what are the best add-ons, what things can you tweak that will fix your clear speed, all that stuff. You'll eventually get to 7k, and then beyond that point is just optimizing using your BSRs and your e-buffs and things like that. I think 8k will be the point where everybody caps out at. Anything past 8k, like I said, your chair is dirt, literal dirt. So for a realistic player, you're most likely gonna only hit 8k. There's also class limitations too, mind you. So there are classes that just absolutely pump fucking numbers out here, but some other classes, they are not doing it. Like, they are literally not doing it. And as also secondary reminder, this is an Agris spot, so you'll get about 3 hours of Agris but before, you know, it runs out. But if you're pulling 6k and you want to at least make it worth your while to practice, you can pop Agris, and then you'll get about 2.5 to 3 hours, and then you'll make good money. So if you're pulling 6k, you should double that into around 9k. It's not double, but you get the point. But 9k is really good, because that's about 1 billion silver in just trash loot right there. So as long as like you're practicing the grind, is, you know, if you have Agris to burn, like I said, 1 hour with Agris, if you're pulling regularly 6k, you'll end up with about like 9k, and that will again translate to 1 billion exactly on the dot. So you'll be at least making money while practicing. Yeah, it's burning Agris and you can only get 3 hours, but you know, that's 3 bill right there just with Agris, which is the most that you're probably going to get out of those 3 hours.
And that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have anything to add, go ahead and leave it down below in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.